Joker Boxing. I'm here with Errol Jarrett. We're going to go ahead and give a post-fight to the Felix Sturm versus Darren Barker fight. Jarrett, man, what's your reaction to this?
Man, it's, you know, like, I've seen the whole thing now, and it's a shame, man. It's a really big shame, you know. It's Darren worked so hard to get this title, and you know, on paper it looked like it's going to be a credible fight, and it looked like it was the massive class gap. It looked Darren, to be honest with you, I wouldn't say paper champion, but it looked like he wasn't even on the same level, man. Steve Sturm, yeah. Maybe is it Stern's experience, what he's went through, but Darren just looked so out of class, man. I mean, he was doing alright for a bit, but they say he dislocated the hip or dislodged hip, whatever. But you know, I think it's just maybe he busted a gut just to beat Gil, and I think that was it. Coming into the fight, it looked like everything was prepared right and everything. It's like a big game. It's actually quite sad. A lot of people are going to give Darren a lot of stick about this whole thing, and a lot of people are pissed off as well, especially Sky Sports as well. It's a big samba. It's right, very kind of in the UK. It's like, oh man, you know, it makes everyone feel kind of crappy. But sad for Darren himself. You know, he got his title, and you know, he has to go back, and you know, he's got a rematch clause, by the way, which I think he should take it. But people are talking about Darren should retire right now, and you know, he's got a lot of things to say. He's got to assess about his body. He's got to assess about his future, and yeah, you know, but it was a big payday for him. It's a big payday for him, so we'll see that. But yeah, it's very sad, isn't it? It's very sad. What's your take?
Man, he tried, man. He tried. He went out there. I think he knew that he had to be active in this fight, especially with it being in Germany. He knew that he had to be very, very active in there. But Sturm, like you said, it really looked like there was a big class gap there, man. You got to give Felix Sturm his credit first and foremost. He looked tremendous in there. Good power. He's always been a guy who's been technically sound. But man, Felix Sturm did what he had to do. I think Barker was just a little bit reckless. He was just kind of coming in there. His hands were down a lot. And Sturm is just too much of a technical guy for that, man. Sturm was landing some heavy bombs in there. And, yeah, you know, Darren is going to have to really reassess his career at this point, because it is unfortunate. If he would have got this win, there were big, huge fights on the table for him. We're talking about Matthew Macklin, Martin Murray, huge domestic fights that were on the table. So, you know, those guys are going to be disappointed. And like you said, you brought up the fact that he does still have the rematch clause, but does he want it? You know, is he going to want to take that rematch? I mean,
I think so.
I think what they're going to tell themselves, okay, well, he was injured and this and that. But, I mean, come on, man. I don't know if it's a smart move for him to rush in there and take the rematch. I mean, it might be a very risky fight for him to take at this point. Or does he try to rebuild himself at this stage? So who knows what's really out there for him? What do you think he should do next, moving forward?
I think first and foremost, if they assess his body and feel like he could continue because of the hip, I don't know how long, but he's got apparently Eddie Hearn said he's got until the summertime to get that rematch. So that clause ends in the summertime. So it's quite a lot of way away. So they got to see what's up with his body, if they can replace his hip or whatever they're gonna do with it. And he's got a lot. I heard this basically by his trainer. Seems he had a lot of placement in his hip. So you know, you got to assess what he's going to do with his hip and that. Maybe it'll pop back out again. You know, you don't got to discuss that. But really and truly, if you're not fighting for titles as a fighter, then what are you fighting for? This is the whole thing. If you just lost the belt, you know, you just won the belt, now you lost it. You know, I'm sure he'd want to go back in there and try and get it again. But if he can't, I think if everybody can't take it, I think he'd rather do that. I don't think you rebuild and fight all the domestic fighters again. It's too much. It's too much. If you can't like come back and get a rematch with this guy here, then you're gonna have to like really reassess and just think, you know, call it a day. But the thing is, what I'm thinking is that with this rematch clause, obviously you got paid a couple of million to come to Germany. With the rematch clause, you know, that's another couple of million. You see what I'm trying to say? That's another thing as well. Yeah. Now, I mean, maybe just go in there in one round and get blown out quickly and just get your money. But Darren's got too much pride for that. But a lot of people will say, well, did he have pride to that? I mean, look, did he have a hip? If you look at it in the fight, did he have a problem with his hip going into the fight? Maybe he did. But maybe that's the sort of thing they hid from us. Because as soon as he got hit clipped round the head, his hip went. You know what I mean? His body's fragile. His body looked kind of fragile, you know, really fragile, man. I think his peak was against Gil, and I think that was it, man.
Yeah, it might have. Yeah, that's what it is.
What's that?
Yeah, I think he might be fragile, because I think it might have been the way that he hit the ground. The way he hit the ground pretty hard after he went down, and then that might have happened. So, because I mean, going into the fight, from what I heard from him, I mean, he was saying that he was 100%, all the injuries were okay, which that's what you expect a fighter to say anyway. But I mean, he sounded and he sounded like he was pretty confident that he was okay in there. But obviously that wasn't the case, man. But maybe I don't know. We'll have to see what's for him.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to let no one down, Joker. You know what I mean? Because his fans and that's why people were saying he should have fought in England. Probably after the fight with the Gill fight, he might have had that my hip was killing me. I don't know, blah blah blah. But come on, Darren. You know what I mean? Because apparently Eddie Hearn was saying to me he retired, and Eddie Hearn and wrestling. They said, "Nah, come on, Darren, give it one more crack." So he was just busting a gut just to try and get there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the chip. That's all it is. Like, you've got the championship right now. Now this is where it all starts. There's a lot of hard fights from when you get a belt. There's no easy road. You gotta understand that he got one of the premier world belts. There's 3 of them in boxing. What people, boxing scholars recognize: WBC, IBF, WBA. He got one of the top belts. You're not facing no easy guys, man. Every guy you face is gonna be a hard fight. Gill fight was really hard, and now this fight with the Sturm, it was gonna be another war. I don't think he had enough left. So if he can't get up for this, can't get in this rematch thing, then he's gonna have to retire, or he could fight this domestic thing. But it's a big calm down. I mean, what's his motivation? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It's gonna be a difficult road for him getting back, but I guess that's it, man. That's our thoughts on the fight, man. You guys go ahead and comment below and let us know what you thought of this fight, man. Darren Barker versus Felix Sturm. Peace.